up for Anna, ladies and gentlemen. Anna girls. So how are y'all doing today? Yeah, you guys are all relaxed.
Tired.
Got friend Roger over there. He's all relaxed too. How you feeling? Thumbs up to you. There you go. So, just a little bit about myself. I've been doing stand-up for 6 years now. I've been doing shows at Rumors, the Green Briar, Back Alley on Selkirk Avenue, Donald's Playland. I've done all the places. When I'm not doing stand-up, I work as a full-time daycare worker. And a lot of people are asking me, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, you work with kids, you get to play with kids. That's lots of fun. But I tell them, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to play with the kids, but then reality sets in, and sometimes it gets stressful. It's kind of like sleeping in a 5-star hotel, but then you wake up and you realize you're staying at the Occidental. Okay? Like that's when reality sets in. Like, I deal with a lot of like troubled children and like behavior problems and everything. And the one thing that pisses me off is you get all the parents that don't, they don't accept that the kid has a problem. They go around just like, oh, my child would never do that. My child is perfect. My child is a good boy. My child is a good girl. Like, I had to deal with this one parent who was just really, she was just chewing me out saying, look, my child would never hit that child. What do you take me for? And in my mind, I'm just like, my conscience was like, okay, don't say neglective bitch. Don't say neglective bitch. So I just said, so what do you take me for? A concerned bitch? Yeah, my conscience is like, yes, bravo, bravo. I deal with a lot of behavior problems. I had this one child, and every time he'd get mad, because everything he wants to have his own way, he looks at me, he's like, now I'm mad, takes his fist and just punches his leg, just like this. So a couple days before, what happened was this, he was playing with this other child, pushes this child down on the ground. I walk up to the child and I said, look, you push that child down, I want you to sit out for a timeout. Now I'm like, okay, here we go. Mad, lifts up his hand, but instead of hitting his, like this is just like a fucked up version of Mousetrap. Hand goes up, hits himself in the nuts, keels over, head hits the table, turns around and his head, basically his body is just like spinning around like Matrix-like, and his head hits the gravel face first. And I'm just looking at this thing, I'm just like, whoa. And then my coworker's like, hey, Cliff, you gonna put this kid on timeout? I'm just like, he's still breathing. Oh, look at his face. He looks like a suspect on CSI. That's okay. That's okay. Shake it off. Shake it off. Oh, you like that, didn't you? Oh man. I'm getting older now. Like I'm in my mid-30s now. I'm 36, just turned 36 a couple weeks ago. Like, I don't feel 36, but there's certain things that make me feel old. One is the music industry. One thing I've noticed now, like, a lot of these #1 songs, like, you don't have to put too much thought into making a song. All you need is just some hypnotic beat, some heavy rhythmic beat, and say like a lyric like once or twice, and that's your song. Like, I turned on the radio this morning, all I hear, Barbara Streisand. That's a stupid song, okay? Look, I can just say a lyric and like with a heavy hypnotic beat. I can make my own hit. I'm like, pregnant crack whore. Fuck Transcona. It's like something like I could write that shit. Even at the Tijuana Yacht Club, like they play a lot of songs by LMFAO, who were here like a couple weeks ago. Like you hear the party rock anthem. Shots, yeah, you hear that one? Shots, 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 everybody! Shots, shots, shots. That's all I hear. People taking shots at the bar. The one song that really puzzles me, they have this one heavy beat, you hear this. I am not a whore. That's the actual song. I am not a whore. And what happens? All the hoochies get up on the dance floor and start dancing. And it's like, oh, it's my favorite song. I am not a whore. I am not a whore. They're dancing around and shit like that. And then if you start teasing them, they'll just look at you and they'll mouth it. They're like, I am not a whore. It's like, yeah, you are. If your skirt is up to here, your top is down to here, it looks like you smuggled 2 bald midgets into the club, yes, you are a whore. Gotta love music. I was thinking about, we're in the infancy of 2012 right now, but I'm still thinking back to all the stuff about 2011. Like, for example, I'm a big sports fan, and obviously one of the big news stories is the return of the NHL to Winnipeg. Okay, that's one of the big news stories. Yeah, there you go. He's like, oh yes, hockey. Yes, I love hockey. Yeah, you're happy about that, aren't you? Yeah, one of the black eyes, though, in sports, the big Vancouver riots. You know, just because the Canucks choked. Okay, it's just a game. Okay, so you choked in the 7th game of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Big deal. But some people are just so stupid enough, and what they do, they just take pictures of themselves, you know, rioting and looting. And of course, they tag themselves on Facebook. Yeah, that's really smart, huh? It's like getting shot by a .357 Magnum and going back to the shooter and saying, can I have a second helping, please? Jeez. Hey, but justice was served, well, for one person. Well, there was this one guy, there's a viral video, like if you find it on YouTube, you'll see it. There's this one redheaded guy in a Canucks jersey. He's walking out like this to the side. This flashbang grenade comes by, hits him in the crotch, and explodes right in front of him. And he's keeling over in pain, going like this. Like on a bad side, his penis probably looks like a burnt up Vienna sausage. But you know, on a positive note, unlike the Vancouver Canucks goalie, he did actually stop something. What else happened in 2011? Oh, television news. Finally, TLC got rid of Kate Gosselin. Finally got rid of that K+8. Is it me or she's just a bitch, isn't she? Huh? I can't stand that woman. Like September 12th, 2011, final episode of K+8. Used to be John and Kate+8, but John was smart and got the fuck out. That's what basically it is. Yeah, K+8, got rid of them on TLC. TLC, the Learning Channel. Or in Kate Gosselin's case, TLC, that lousy cunt. That's what it is. You know what I would have loved to see? I would have loved to see Kate Gosselin meet up with the Super Nanny. Like these two reality, like if Kate was married to John Gosselin and the Super Nanny came, you could see the kids, they'd be pounding on John Gosselin. You see Super Nanny walk up, you don't hit daddy. All of a sudden all the kids pile up on Kate Gosselin, they're punching her. She goes up to the kids, kids, punch the bloody bitch harder. Well, that's all my material. You guys have been a great audience, and let's welcome back Anna, please. Thank you.